The Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Shaun always tells me that giving birth, in his opinion, looks super easy.
Sometimes,
Well, in your experience, they came out through the sunroof, didn't they?
Just wondering how big a hole this is going to get me in. So I'm going to say...
You've said to me many times when you were talking to women about childbirth and when you're saying how difficult it is and stuff, and you were saying, I don't know what all the fuss is about. You've said to me a lot.
Well, I said try run a 3K or under 13 minutes. That's what I said.
In summer, yeah.
Fair dinkum. That's
exactly. You'll be pleading for a baby to crawl out of your woohoo at the end of that, won't you? Anyway.
So, but you didn't see any of yours crawl out of the woohoo because they came out the sunroof.
Yeah, they came out the sunroof. Yeah.
Okay, so...
I don't know how I would have gone with that, by the way.
This chick, she has welcomed her son into the world earlier this month.
Congratulations. What a magical time.
Yeah. In the videos that she was posted on the socials, she was there relaxing. You know, she was going through labour, but, you know, trying to calm herself down.
Yeah.
Getting herself ready, bit of lip gloss. Because these days it's important to look good for some people.
Well, my wife always got her hair done before.
Yeah,
and this is it.
And often they'll take a photographer or a videographer into the birthing suite to capture the moment. So you want to look your best.
You do you. So her husband's there straightening her hair with a flat iron, getting her all ready. So then she
priorities.
Then she have you flat ironed Megan's hair?
No, I think we can say no.
I thought most husbands have flat ironed their wives' hair. Amy, has Alex
But his wife's a hairdresser. She can do her own.
No. Haven't you ever helped?
No. Why would you get him to help?
In my mind, I thought husbands would help.
Why would you get him to help? But you've met him. Would you want him flat ironing your hair?
I would say less than 2%.
Yeah.
Really?
And that 2%, I've got something to hide.
Well, I've got a whole different thing of marriage. Anyway, so her husband's flat ironing her hair. And she thinks she's ready. So then she goes to have the baby, right? So they've told her this baby's a little bit big. 4.5 kilos big.
Right.
So that's a 10-pounder.
10-pounder.
Yeah. So when she was pushing for the baby to get out, because, you know, the baby was bigger than the gate, the doorway.
Right.
She burst every blood vessel in her face and started bleeding from the eyes.
That's someone who, when they said push, she really pushed.
I can see that happening.
To her own peril.
When you're really trying to get a poo out sometimes, your face goes so red. Is that the same?
Every
similar,
blood vessel.
But much bigger. If you're having a 10-pound poo, then get back to me.
So the thing is, I just think back to the husband. It's like, what a waste of his time. Because your flat iron hair is not going to do you any help.
Okay. So that's who you think the real victim in this story is.
It's a great call.
Well, I mean, now I do, because I thought all husbands used to do it. Now I find it's just like a one-off. But this is one of those stories, right, where people hear about it and then they tell a pregnant friend. And it would be so full on for you to personally go through something where you become a warning story to other people. Like, oh, my God, you're pregnant. Oh, my God, did you hear about this girl that I know? She just pushed so hard, her eyes started bleeding.
I would suggest...
Yeah, that's full on, man.
I would suggest that if you do have a pregnant friend, that is not the story to tell them.
It's so funny.
They're already traumatised enough about the thought of it.
They had sex, they got themselves into it.
A warning story. I love it.
We want to know if something that happened to you, whether it be medical, personal, something at your house, whatever, something that happened to you has become a warning story for other people, so people go, oh,
yeah,
you know what? Did you hear what happened to Shaun?
Yeah, don't let that happen to you.
Or if you've been told the warning story about somebody else, you know, like, oh, you're going to India, don't do that. My friend did this.
Or you don't want to do that at your workplace because remember when Nathan did it?
Yeah. He did it so well, though.
We had great skin.
And also, mate.
And he was wearing unicorn.
It almost made it feel right. We're going to give somebody $150 to spend at Autobar Mechanical.
Beautiful, right?
How great is that? Don't lose your cool this summer and save on aircon regas at Autobar Mechanical for just $169. Google Autobarn today.
And do it now before it gets super hot.
Yes.
Be smart about it. All right, we want to know, are you the warning story for other people? One of my friends had 2 babies at home, so no pain relief, bigger than that, 10-pound 2.
And her eyes didn't start bleeding?
Her eyes didn't start bleeding.
Well, you've got to be ashamed of yourself now, don't you?
There's more questions for that.
Sian is in Dianella. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good, Sian. Who is the warning tale?
It's about my husband, Mel. So January, we're renovating, and in the garage I had a salon basin, and it was moving things around. he stepped off the ladder and the basin was cracked at the back and it slipped through the back of his leg. I was on the phone setting up the salon with my pods in talking to my best friend, and I could hear someone yelling. I just thought he wanted a drink or something, so I just kept going.
Yeah.
So I went in there, put a towel on, there's blood everywhere. I don't know how bad it is. When he pulled it off, I was like, I've got to call the ambulance. And called the ambulance. I said to put something tight on there or put a belt on there. So we tightened it up, I did. And when the ambulance came, they weren't impressed because I'd actually done it too tight that it's dangerous.
Oh, no.
So with an open wound, I just thought I better sterilise it. And I poured the Benadine ointment all over it. And the scream was not the greatest. But the ambulance driver basically said, you don't use this for an open wound. You actually can give it a burn.
You've basically traumatised him. You've done everything wrong. We're going to have to get you to first aid training stat, I think.
Yes.
I just love it. She's rubbing butter into the wound. She's got fly spray on it.
You know what this needs? Salt.
I'd put a bit of cheese on the top. How did it end up, Shana?
Yes. What's that, sorry?
How did it end up?
Divorced.
We went to the Royal Perth and they had to do stitches and, off work for a week with crutches. So
we are talking about when you become a warning to someone else. What is the warning?
What is the warning?
Yeah.
Do not use the Benadine ointment for the chemical burn.
On an open wound.
On a very open wound. And
If you can hear someone calling you, maybe just go check.
and don't tie that tourniquet too tight either.
Okay, there's
If
three.
your husband's thirsty, just get him a drink.
3 lessons. Well done.
Amazing.
Well done, Shana.
Thanks, Shana. Zoe's in Averley. Hello.
Hi guys, how you going?
Hey,
Zoe, are you
Zoe.
the cautionary tale? What happened?
I am. I run a small business in Averley and I had all my social media double linked. So my Facebook and my Instagram were linked, not only my business pages but my personal pages.
Yes.
And after 9 years, I didn't have double authentication. And after 9 years, I thought, it's all right, it's a new thing coming in, double authentication, don't really need to do it. I've been going sweet for this long.
Yeah.
I lost everything.
You got locked out of both of them.
So I just got hacked. Someone went in and they changed all my passwords. They changed my email. We tried for hours upon hours. We're up at 3 a.m. and this person over in Mississippi, Seattle somewhere was battling us to log in while we were logging out.
No.
And we were trying to change things. We were on this battle. We got all the notifications from where they were situated on a Samsung and then we were on an iPhone.
Yes.
Anyway, after multiple days of battling, we lost the whole thing. But the warning sign was for everybody else in small business and throughout our friends and everything was that I'm the admin on my personal page for my kids on Kids Messenger.
Yes.
Right? So there's 7-year-olds and 10-year-olds that have Kids Messenger and we always watch. But then I thought, well, I now don't have control of that because I can't get back in and close my account.
Oh.
So this person, he, she, them, now have access to be able to, you can't just close it. It's really, really hard. I'm very, very lucky. And I also made my husband the admin. He didn't want to do this at the time. He was like, I don't want that coming up on my phone.
Yes.
Take care of it. I was very lucky I ignored him and did it. And he was able to close it down from his end.
Oh, my God. That is a cautionary tale.
But I still, the page
Two-factor
still
authentication
exists, and
is the
I have
key.
no access to it.
Yeah.
Like, not the Kids Messenger part, but all my Facebook still exists, my business, but I have no access to it.
Did they try and extort you, like ask for money to get it back or anything? Like, what was their end game?
I've had nothing. Nothing. It's now a personal page. It's got a fella on there from somewhere, and he's in another country, and he's certified. He has the little certified symbol.
Yeah, you can buy that though.
Hey,
Yeah.
so what's your business?
I own a lash business in Avery, Lash On Wax Off.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm a lash artist.
So what's the name again?
Lash On, Wax Off.
There you go,
Lash
everyone.
On Wax Off.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
All
Very
right.
Karate Kid.
Good luck. That is a cautionary tale. Thank you. Nicole's in Leeming. Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Nick.
Nicole.
Now, are you the warning story? What happened?
So after my second daughter, when she was 6 weeks old, I sent my husband off for a vasectomy. I was done after 2. We both did not want any more.
Yes.
He returned his 2 specimen samples.
Yes.
Got the all clear.
Oh, no.
5 years later, out of nowhere.
What?
Probably the one time I put out in 5 years. I got pregnant with our...
That'll learn you. That'll learn you, Nicole. Never doing this again.
I got pregnant with our third.
Sorry, his
my
vasectomy
third
failed.
It's failed. It can rejoin. A bit like when you cut a lizard's tail off and it grows again.
No.
A man's vas can rejoin. And yeah, we ended up with our third child. So my warning would be just don't put out.
Don't put out every...
You're right. If you're taking it off the table, there's no need to put it back on again.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
right.
just remove the testicles. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the thing, though.
Or
Think
the
about
lizard's
it.
tail
Because,
altogether.
like, so for 5 years, all the sperm in there were in there going, okay, let's undo this.
They're like
Hold that,
knitting.
I'll go this.
They're
We're going to
knitting,
untie
Nathan.
there.
We can do this. There's thousands of
So,
us.
yeah, come on, team.
Nicole.
Let's get out.
There's a cautionary tale. A lot of women now going, uh-oh.
Yeah, Sean.
Absolutely. $150 to spend at Autobarn. Nicole, I'm going to give it to you. I don't feel like that's a great warning to not put out.
I would suggest that all the men are now
I
like...
think, a lot of women will be like, I agree, yeah.
Yeah, but all the men are like, well, there's no point getting one.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
That's what we're taking away from that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
there's
I've
no-
taken away a few
you know what?
notes here.
If everyone just agrees not to touch each other again, there is no point.
There's no point.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
I think we might get you to stick around for this one, Ellie.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Have you got an important question to ask her?
Well, no, it's just that
Hope
sometimes
it's not the one we just asked her off air.
No, I mean, it's just that Ali reports on news and sometimes she misses major things that people should be talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and this is about a Rwandan man who's been living in isolation for 55 years.
Whoa.
That's a long time.
Won't let anyone else around him. He's 71 years old, right? So he's barricaded himself in his home.
Yep.
And there's a reason why. He has an extreme fear of women.
Has he met you, Ellie?
I know. I was going to say, I didn't know you were from Rwanda, Nathan.
He's got an extreme fear of women. And it's not a mental disorder. They're saying it's a phobia. It's an actual phobia. It's called gynophobia.
Yes.
Gynophobia.
Gynophobia.
Yeah. Like gynecologist, that's, you know.
Yeah. He says
Same
he
origin.
was speaking to a TV station, of course, male reporter. The reason I lock myself inside here and have a fence around my house is because I want to make sure that women will not come closer to me. Then he goes on to say, I do not want women around me because they make me really scared.
What happened to him? So that's been
Wow.
since he was 16.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened? What happened?
I think it's been undiagnosed for a long time in general society.
So, Sean, why are you frightened of women?
And do you want
Ever
to
been
list
in my
them?
house? I've got two. So I go home. It's scary sometimes. And then I come to the newsroom. That's scary. I'm sad.
Wow, scared of women. So the locals in the area, they try to look after him, but he won't let the females get too close. So then he hides in the corner, hides his face, and they throw things over his
I mean,
head.
because the women automatically, they're like, I can win him. We think
that'd
we
be a
can
challenge.
change
That
everyone.
could
We
be a
think
good
that
challenge,
all he needs is the love of a good woman.
Yeah, and that woman
but
just needs
terrifies him.
90% more penis.
And the nurturing, we want to help you. It's like, no, thank you. You're terrifying me.
He's not a gay guy.
No,
so
he's just frightened
got a
of
phobia.
women. He's just frightened of women.
Wow.
So how do you fix it? What's that called when, the dog's scared of the toaster, so you play the toaster and over...
Desensitise.
So you just,
Yeah,
like
you just
say,
surround
gotta,
him with
like-
women, swamp him
so you
with
need to
women.
send a man in first, and that man needs to be something subtle like wearing impulse.
That's right, yeah. That's right.
Then he's Pooh's fantasy.
And then you send in like a long-haired man.
And then a long-haired hippie.
And then a long-haired man wearing a dress but backing in. It's like, well, it could be a woman.
And then like another long-haired man that walks in and does that thing where he tucks his doodle in between his legs and makes it look like he's got a mini.
So
The whole thing.
we need a couple of
Yeah, it
drag
takes money.
queens. We can do this.
Yeah,
We're here to help.
we got every colour in the crayon box to make this happen. So anyway.
It's not an easy fix, is what we're getting at.
Also,
But we can get there.
he's 71, I think,
Yeah,
maybe.
we can get there.
This is just it,
We'll have him sorted by the time he's 80.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Yesterday, got the phone call, got the call up. My niece at boarding school
Yeah.
has COVID. She can't stay in the boarding house.
Sorry, Nat, you're the emergency contact up here.
I'm actually not. I'm second in line as the emergency contact.
That's
My
good.
cousin, who lives around the corner,
Yeah.
and has a son who's at the same school,
Yep.
she's the emergency contact, which makes sense because she's right there.
So-
she can't take her because her son is about to do his WACE exams and they don't want to risk that.
So you got your COVID in niece at your house?
Yeah.
When?
Yesterday afternoon, had to go and pick her up.
Ew. Ew.
Classic.
You make me sleep in the
Classic.
garage?
Well, so my house luckily has like the long hallway, the room. She's at the front room.
Yes.
I'm in a different room. The lounge room's way down the other end of the house, and
Yeah.
so she just is living in the in that front.
Is it all
bedroom.
plastic tubes like in that scene from E.T.?
Oh, I love that.
No, I'm like, is it acceptable
Put him in
if
the
I just
basket.
give her pizza and push it under the door? There's a bit of a
Yeah, why
gap,
not?
right?
Oh,
COVID.
What?
It's a thing.
still
We had a
blows
conversation
me
2
away.
days ago,
Yes,
Nathan.
I know.
And you're
I
like,
said no
it's
one
not a
gets
thing.
I
COVID
said it's not a
anymore.
thing. I said it's not a thing. At Melbourne Mazda, all their techs had to go home last Friday.
Yes.
The whole lot of them because it was COVID.
Yeah, but
so they
Greg's
had to
an
then bring
idiot.
it.
I said to Greg, if they've all got it, just brick up the stairwell.
And keep
Just
them in
chuck
there.
down an esky, and they've all got it. So like, just contain it and get them to keep working,
going.
keep servicing cars.
Yeah.
You'd want to spray and wipe your car
Hey, they're all
before you
clean
got
now, by the
in
way.
there.
Everyone's
you know what?
clean
The
there. Everyone's
Mazdas are
clean
really
there.
roomy when you put the seats back. Have a lie down in the CX-9, you'll be
So
fine.
I had to go to her school yesterday, and she was in the sick bay.
Yep.
Medical centre, by the way, private school, super fancy.
Oh, so is it like Grey's Anatomy?
It was amazing.
That's disgusting. We had a filthy old office with a plastic chair in it.
we had what my school. There was like one room with a like a weird little bed in it.
Yeah,
That was
you
it.
can lay
It
down.
was
Yeah,
it legit looked like.
And I don't even think in our
medical
day the
centre.
nurses were nurses. I feel like they just watched a couple of episodes of Country Practice and liked it. No, honestly.
Yeah, I can do this.
And I said, I guess she's my problem now. But they've been hit. There was a whole. She said today they've just been coming in one after the other.
Really?
COVID.
I know, and I have to keep her for 5 days,
Ew.
at least.
Yes.
And after 5 days, her symptoms have to be gone.
Do you
or
have
she
to
can't go
feed?
back
So you have to feed her and everything. You have
That's
to wait on her
amazing.
for hand and foot for 5 days.
5 days.
Yeah. Because I just don't think, well, clearly a lot of people would have had it, but no one tests for it because they
No,
just get
that's
on with
right.
it. Because we
But
just go,
at-
oh,
but
yeah,
at
got
a
it. Oh,
school
got it,
they
got
have
it, got it,
to.
flip.
Can I be
Yeah.
honest?
Yeah.
I've not really experienced COVID in my life. Mum and Dad didn't have it, so none of my loved ones that I've been around have had it.
What
So
about
I would-
us?
I would love to.
Aren't we your loved ones?
Yeah, but you guys left. I haven't seen it for
Oh, okay.
myself.
Oh,
You know
okay.
what I mean? Like you're back at your house. I'd like to see this. Can we instead of having her
I
at
can
your
drop-
house?
I can drop her at your
Can we
house.
have her live on the balcony for 5 days and we can watch her while the show's on?
That'd be good.
It's a lot of just lying around or looking at
There's
her
not
phone.
enough human zoos around at the moment.
I mean, the best thing is she's 15, and so all she wants to do is lie in a bed on her phone anyway.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
oh,
that's
this
cool.
is great.
Yep,
This is
yep.
great. We're nailing
This is
it.
the best place ever.
4 days to
Honey
go.
Nats. Jeez. Okay, cool.
I
I
hope
know.
you get it again. I do. Just because that'll be like, ha ha. I hope you don't get it bad. But like,
Thank you.
We need to get some time off. Do you still get time off? We missed that, didn't we? You don't
Amy, it's
get
like,
You don't get
no.
time off in it. You
Well, if you're
must do, Amy.
symptomatic, you can't. You don't go to work if you're
Oh,
symptomatic.
so if you get it, you act like you've got the worst.
Yes,
you have
correct.
to just act like, oh
You
my
can
god.
come in if you feel like okay still.
So literally,
Wear a
you
mask.
can be diagnosed.
But we
and be
can't
at
wear
work.
a mask and broadcast.
No, so you take it off and then talk and
yeah, but
then
that doesn't help
then
them.
then I'm
That's how
spitting
he gave
COVID
it to
at
us in the
them.
first
Correct.
place.
No, but you're
you're-
allowed to still come to work. When I had it, they said to me, if you feel okay, come into work.
So that's amazing, you know.
I was like,
That's just 'cause you're irreplaceable.
If you're an employer and some dude comes to you
Yeah.
and says, "Oh, I've got COVID, I need to take next week off," you'd be filthy, wouldn't you? Because you wouldn't care.
But then again,
'Cause
you know,
you're
if the
losing out on
employer
staff
says
member.
if the employer says to you like, "Come in if you're feeling okay," well, you're not going to say you're feeling okay.
And also, you're not going to be keen if you've got somebody who's immunocompromised at home. So it depends. There's a lot of factors.
I remember back in the thick of COVID, going into Farmer Jack's and standing at least 10 metres
Yes.
away from people that were looking at the fridge waiting my turn.
We
Is
couldn't
that
go
not
to the
insane?
beach. We couldn't go to the beach without wearing a mask. Are you kidding
I
me?
know, outside. You could. I was wearing a mask to go outside to take my bins out. There was no one around. I was waiting for the police to jump on me if I adjusted it wrong. Is that not insane what we went
picking
through?
up people in the car, driving home.
Oh, no,
I
we
tell you what.
masked up. We masked
yeah,
up on
yeah,
the
but,
way.
you know,
Yeah.
COVID.
Very
We were
responsible.
In 20 or 30 years, we'll be telling the next generation about COVID. They won't believe a thing we're saying.
No, not-
Okay, no, that's a lie.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.